Alright guys, time to go for a walk outside. This is the place to be. They all look like gigantic lamps at night. People here kind of live in their own bubble. You just get to be who you are here, and that's totally fine. This town is clearly growing, so definitely a place of contrasts. One of the most colorful cities I've ever seen in my life. The police is right there. Honestly, I don't know what the deal here is with drivers. Honestly, the abundance that you can see here is overwhelming at times. All right, so it's almost 9 o'clock in Brickell. Let's see what we can find. So, 9 p.m. in Brickell, Miami, downtown. We're just gonna walk around for a bit and see what we can find. So, just as a first impression here, if you've never been to Brickell before, I really appreciate how they go out of the way to make the buildings look more beautiful than they need to on a purely practical sense. They light them up at night with beautiful colors. They paint the walls with beautiful colors as well. Again, they really do go the extra mile to make them look beautiful during the day and during the night. And that is something that you can tell really brightens up the city. And in my opinion, it's kind of like a reverse broken window theory. When your neighbor has his place looking amazing, it makes you want to have yours looking amazing too. So it's like a virtuous circle. And you can tell here, as you can see, most buildings are lighted up. Some of them have beautiful paint jobs, as you're about to see. And that really brings the city to life. See what I mean? Even something as boring as a parking lot can look amazing if you paint it well and light it up. I don't know if you guys get to see that over there, but that's a, what would you call that? An animated facade right there that reacts to the wind. That is a parking lot, but they went, again, out of their way to make it look amazing. And I think they did a great job, honestly. A second impression that you get when you walk down these streets is that everything is sort of massive scale. Like the lobbies of the buildings, the lobbies of the towers, most of them are 3, 4, sometimes even 5 stories high. Everything makes you feel small when you walk downtown here in Brickell. Another parking lot looking like a sci-fi movie here. Amazing. Just amazing. This is City Center, the shopping mall I was telling you guys about. For what I've seen so far, it has many bridges like this that cross over the street. Of course, you can walk on those. There's even some retail stores built into those bridges over there. There's one. It's really awesome. I mean, the first time I got here, I was here I think it was 5-6 years ago. I honestly don't remember having seen this back in 2019, I think it was. So it's probably a very new structure. This is kind of a hybrid mall in the sense that it's not completely open, but it's also not completely closed, right? So as you can see, there is a roof, but then again, it's not waterproof completely. So when it rains inside the mall, at least a little bit. A third impression is that if you are a car enthusiast, like I am myself, this is the place to be. You can not walk around the block here without coming across multiple spaceships, one after the other, and that is something I can really appreciate. Yeah, for sure. So this is South Miami Avenue. It is one of the most beautiful roads here. You have a lot of restaurants, of course a lot of retail stores, high-end retail stores. Another bridge crossing the street here. Again, this is the same mall. It's just built across multiple blocks here, so it crosses multiple streets. The police is right there. Honestly, I don't know what the deal here is with drivers, but police seems to be totally fine with people revving their engines and sometimes even racing in the streets. I don't know, seems to be like a normal thing to do here. Again, this is what I was talking about before, guys. You see this wall here? This is a very iconic part of Brickell right here. These colorful walls. And those are parking spaces for the most part. And then again, they make it look just beautiful for no reason other than just to make it look good. And as a pedestrian, as a resident for sure, as a tourist, I'm sure you can appreciate that. How they light up the buildings from beneath also makes them look amazing, really. They all look like gigantic lamps at night, which is very beautiful, honestly. That's the roof I was talking about before. As you can see, it's kind of open on the sides. And a fourth impression that I get when walking down Brickell and Miami overall is that people here kind of live in their own bubble, in the sense that here you can wear pretty much anything you want. You can dress any way you want. You can look any way you want, and nobody will look at you. Nobody will give you a side eye for wearing extravagant clothes. And that is something that I truly admire about this city. Something that I think it's truly awesome, that you just get to be who you are here, and that's totally fine. And if you walk around town, you'll see people wearing really extravagant outfits, and that's fine. Again, nobody cares. That's what makes Miami so unique, in my opinion, is that maybe New York is somewhere up there as well, but not on this level, I would say. I've been to New York several times, and I never seen people dress like they do here in Miami. But then again, the most shocking thing is that nobody cares at all. And that it's just so visible, the attitude of people towards extravagance, whether it be in fashion or cars or real estate. Now, what's funny about this section of the city is that it is not that big, honestly. It's probably just a few blocks of really high rises, tall buildings, restaurants and stuff. But then if you keep walking, very quickly, the landscape changes, and not in a negative way necessarily. It's just that it changes so rapidly. We drove to Wynwood yesterday from Brickell, and one second we were surrounded by these massive skyscrapers and all this beautiful nightlife, and the next we were in this dark street with no one around and very short structures around us. That is just crazy, the contrast that you can see in this city. It's like you really can't take anything for granted. It's not like a uniform city in any way, shape, or form. You have very tall structures next to very short ones. As you can see here, for example, these buildings are only 1 or 2 stories high. And then behind them, you have this. And that again, that to me is sort of an architectural representation of the people here. You have the super wealthy billionaire next to the young entrepreneur that's trying to make it, but is completely broke. And that contrast in the people, in the cars, in the buildings, even in the weather, because sometimes it rains like a hurricane rain, and then the next second it's completely sunny and clear skies. So definitely a place of contrasts here, downtown Miami, and Miami in general. Like, I'm serious, guys. I've been to Dubai and I've never seen this amount of supercars or even hypercars per square mile. Honestly, the abundance that you can see here is overwhelming at times, but also really cool. I mean, just walking down the street, you can feel that this place is thriving. This town is clearly growing. It's clearly attracting a lot of people from all over the world, not just the States. And you can feel that when you walk down the street. Which is something that I hear is kind of new to Miami. You kind of got that feeling in New York as well. When you walk down the street, you see and hear people talk many different languages. And over the past few days, I heard many different languages here, which then again, I think is kind of a new thing for Miami. I don't see anyone complaining though. And honestly, I don't really want to get into it, but I think a big part of it is this openness that I was talking about before. When it comes to business, when it comes to making money, having an open economy like this one that attracts businesses, that is very business friendly for sure, not too regulated. They make it easy for you to make business here, to start your company, and that shows. That shows when you walk down the street. You can tell people are making it big here. Of course, not all of Miami is like this. This is the epicenter of the action. But then again, this place is growing, and it's growing very fast. When you drive down the highway, when you drive down the streets, you can tell there's new construction, new infrastructure being built everywhere, all around you. And that is the clearest sign that a place is doing well. This is what I love about this, the colors everywhere. If it's not paint, it's lights. I don't know if it's the Latin influence here, but it's definitely one of the most colorful cities I've ever seen in my life. And I just love it, honestly. I mean, I'm an architect, so black and white is my thing. But here, it's just so vibrant that it makes you love it too. And finally, maybe a fifth impression that you get when walking here is that you feel very safe. To be honest, I don't know if any locals will get to see this video, but you get a feeling of safety. Not only you can see police everywhere, but also the way that people behave here kind of makes you feel at ease. You know, it makes you feel okay. Like you don't need to be watching your back. There's many alleys here, many dark streets, and again, you don't feel unsafe. At least that's how I feel. But then again, if any local is watching this and you have a different perspective on this, please comment down below. I would very much like to hear from locals when it comes to this topic. So let's just go around. I'm gonna go to the Publix, which is a must stop here if you're staying in downtown Brickell, to get some supplies my wife asked for. So let's go get it. I love this truck or car, whatever. I just love it. All black. Yeah. Cadillac Escalade. One day. Right now we are driving a Suburban, which is also really cool, honestly. It's a huge car. And yep. We are traveling with my wife and my 7-month-old baby. And it's almost like driving an apartment on wheels, honestly. It's just so big. There's so much room for activities back there. 7 seats. You could bring your entire family of 6 and the dog and your mother-in-law, and you'll have room to spare. See, this is what I mean about contrasts. Like, you have this corner here with this 7-Eleven here on a lot that for sure is worth millions, and yet here it is. But maybe that's their business, you know, just like McDonald's. I've heard they are not really into the business of selling burgers, but rather in the real estate business. So they purchase cheap land that's pretty much worthless, build a McDonald's there, and then wait for the competition to build a store across the street, and then for other brands to just come join you. And before you know it, your lot is worth 10 times more just because you built a McDonald's there. All these lots here, some of them are under construction right now. Some of them still have some remnant older constructions. Some have been recycled, others have not. But for sure, most of these are worth millions. And eventually, in the not so distant future, they will be building massive skyscrapers here too. You see what I mean? Look at that terrace over there. I don't know if you guys get to see it, but there's a huge mural on the 30th floor, like a huge painting. Again, there's no need to do that other than just to make it look beautiful for no reason at all other than that. And that is something that, again, is contagious, you know? People see beautiful structures, beautiful buildings, and they want their buildings to be beautiful as well. It's a cascading effect. And it's very notorious here in Miami. Not only in downtown, tomorrow we're gonna go to South Beach and you'll get to see the same thing. Actually, I can't wait for that. I'm super anxious. It's been years since I've been to South Beach, so I'm very much looking forward to going back. Publix. This is our stop. When it comes to cleanliness, honestly, I don't have a super strong opinion. Most streets are very clean, most of them. But some, then again, it's a big city. And not all of them are a 10, but, you know, an 8, a 9. For the most part, this city is very clean, and it smells amazing, honestly. I don't even know if they, maybe they throw some perfume or something, because at times it smells really good here, even with the heat and the humidity. It's one of the things that caught my attention. Okay, let's go get some supplies. Alrighty. One thing, if you've never been to the States, just the sheer amount of options you have when it comes to buying groceries is kind of ridiculous, honestly. And my wife, she is 30 right now, and one of her favorite activities is to just go to Target or even Walmart and just explore, basically. And she could spend hours exploring all the different brands and products they have. She doesn't necessarily buy a lot of stuff, but she enjoys just looking around, you know. And yeah, I don't know what it is, and I know for sure she's not the only woman with that hobby. So something I should mention, guys, and you probably can tell already, is that this is my very first time ever kind of blogging, if you can even call it that. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because, as I mentioned before, we are traveling with our 7-month-old baby. And I think the idea of just recording your experiences, your trips, your family vacations, is actually very interesting. I think it's a very valuable thing to have as an archive that you can later watch together, maybe put some music on, edit the video, make it look fun, be engaging and entertaining, and relive some of those experiences with the family during Christmas or some special occasion, whatever. But I think it would be very nice for him to be able to see what this first trip of him was like, the places he got to see, even if he won't remember most of it or none of it actually. I know for sure that these experiences do have an impact on a baby's development in these early stages. So yeah, that's the whole point of this, really, to be able to rewatch it in a few years, maybe a few months. So yeah, that is the plan. This is Icon Brickell. This is where we're staying. Not too fancy, honestly. I thought it would be more lit up, but it's beautiful nonetheless. And it's just right next to the canal. So it's a very central location. I really like it, honestly. I get to watch the bridge rise every morning, actually multiple times a day, from my balcony, and I think it's awesome. Oh, we should rush. Yeah, there's a lot of that in Miami, that's for sure. It's been a while since I saw this. I think last time was 2001 when Fast and Furious came out. Another nice car, to say the least. All right, so this will be it for tonight, guys. Let's go get some dinner, spend some time with the wife and the baby, and get some sleep. All right. Something I want to show you guys is how beautiful arriving to the apartment is in the evening. This is it. Check this out. All right. Baby sleeping. And here we go. Yep. Definitely worth the price we're paying, which is not cheap. But then again, what a view. Just gorgeous. Very beautiful. You know, every time I look at that building, all I can think of is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Now, if you guys know what that means, please comment down below and let's be friends. Yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. That's the one clue you get. All right, let's go get some dinner.